This program has been made possible in part by Interweave, the handmade life, your craft community for books, magazines, videos, patterns, events, and more. On the web at interweavestore.com.
My quick tip today is on a new way to work with color. Normally, when you're working with color work, you don't want to have motifs that are too far apart with stranded color work because you'll have floats of unused color that are really long inside and are easy to get pulled out of shape. Your only way to work isolated patches of color is with intarsia. But with this technique, Armenian knitting, you can actually work isolated patches using both colors all the time. So I'm just going to show you, and I'm working on a very tiny circular needle here, but you can do this on double points or on a circular needle or on anything that you want. Basically, all you want to do is you want to knit a stitch and then tack the unused color behind on every other stitch. So here, my white is my unused color. I'm going to hold it over the top of my needles but not pull it through. I'm going to wrap my main color and pull it through. And that unused yarn has been tacked to that stitch. And Armenian knitting, or this tacking stitch, is worked in pairs of stitches. So I knitted one stitch normally, and now that unused yarn is really locked in place. Again, I'm going to insert my needle as if to knit. I'm going to move my unused yarn on top. I'm going to wrap my main color and pull it through. And then I'm going to knit a stitch normally, and that yarn is tacked right into place. Now, there are a lot of different ways that you can perform this tacking action. This is just the way that happens to be easiest for me with the predominantly unused color in my left hand and the main color, which I'm actually knitting with, in my right hand. I find that a little bit easier to work. But you can do it in any way that makes sense for you. So just keep doing that all the way around, alternating which stitch you're tacking on from row to row. And when you finish, you can see on the inside of the work that you've created this beautiful, very thick, very warm fabric that will block any wind and that doesn't have any loose floats hanging out there. And on the front, you've got big, solid expanses of color with beautiful little isolated motifs.